In the gloomy recesses of psychological horror, Remedy's Alan Wake emerges as a spectral tour de force, weaving a narrative that blurs the line between reality and nightmare. Set against the foreboding backdrop of Bright Falls, this dark noir experience thrusts you into a gripping tale of light and shadow, all while succumbing to the haunting atmosphere of a town teetering on the edge of sanity. Now that we've got the back of the box out of the way, let's continue. Alan Wake is a 2010 game developed by Remedy Entertainment. It's a psychological horror thriller that immerses you in a gripping narrative filled with atmospheric tension and intense combat sequences. While the game successfully captivates with its eerie ambience and engaging combat mechanics, it is not without its drawbacks. Within the game's opening moments, you're introduced to a system of incapacitating enemies before being able to vanquish them. All enemies in the game are invincible until affected with a light source, of which the game supplies you with plenty. The narrative here runs deep, essentially revolving around our protagonist searching for his missing wife. Twists ensue, becoming a bit confusing by the game's conclusion. My first pro of Alan Wake casts a shadow so profound that it becomes an integral part of the experience, this being the atmosphere itself. The atmosphere, akin to a dense fog rolling through a desolate landscape, is nothing short of chilling. The game's ability to immerse you in this oppressive ambience is a testament to Remedy's mastery of storytelling. The game's setting, a small town surrounded by dense forests called Bright Falls, contributes to a sense of isolation and foreboding. The use of light and shadow is wonderfully executed, adding to the overall suspense and unease. Then there's the combat. Combat here is almost like a juggling act. Armed with a flashlight and firearms, you must use your light to weaken enemies before dispatching them. This unique approach to combat adds a layer of strategy, requiring you to balance some resource management and tactical thinking. However, as our journey through Bright Falls unfolds, the cons of Alan Wake begin to cast their own shadows. Repetition seeps into the experience like an insidious fog, leaving you grappling with a sense of déjà vu. The game's mechanics, while initially captivating, start to wear thin as the same gameplay loop becomes inescapable. It's a descent into monotony that dulls the once sharp edge of suspense by the conclusion. The encounter patterns with enemies can become predictable, diminishing the initial thrill and surprise factor the game offers. And then there's the length, a journey that, like a haunting melody stuck on repeat, becomes rather one note by the closing act. The story in question makes for a great short series or movie experience, but ultimately feels as though it's been stretched out to fit this gaming mold. Once more, Alan Wake is a captivating journey into the heart of psychological horror, with a mesmerizing atmosphere and engaging combat mechanics. Alan Wake beckons you into a nightmarish embrace, where the interplay of light and shadow weaves a tapestry of psychological terror. Yet as the shadows deepen, so do the flaws of repetition and prolonged engagement. A return to Bright Falls, while initially enchanting, becomes a journey that tests the resilience of those who dare to tread its haunting streets.